This is the world's smallest pop. And this is not the largest Funko Pop in the world, but is the largest Funko Pop that we have. Hi guys, I'm Tiniest and today we're going to look at the different sizes of Funko Pops in the world. Now, you might have seen in the start I showed you the smallest Funko Pop in the world. Now before we get into that, I'd like to show you one honorable mention that for me was the smallest until I got the BT sized pops, and that is this little guy there. Now initially I thought this guy was the smallest Funko since it came with the Spyro Funko. Since this is made by Funko and it came with a Funko Pop, then this to me was the smallest Funko Pop. But that all changed since the BT Pops were introduced. Now these are the BT Pops that were recently announced. They were announced in 2023. These BT Pops are really cute and they come in a box of 4. So when you're initially purchasing a BT Pop, you will see 3 out of the 4 BT Pops inside the box, but you will not see the 4th one. So the 4th one is actually going to be kept as a mystery pop, and then once you open the packaging, you will get to unveil the 4th pop. Now it also has a small clear shelf in which you can display all your small pops. Now the next Funko Pop that we have are known as Pocket Pops. Now there are 2 types of Pocket Pop Funkos. There are Pocket Pop keychains and then there are normal Pocket Pop Funkos. Now unfortunately I do not have any Pocket Pop Funkos, but I do have these Pocket Pop keychains. The only difference between them is this included keychain over here. So if you want a keychain, you can get the Pocket Pop keychain, or if you want a normal one, you can get the Pocket Pop Funko. Regardless, these are both the same size. They are about 1.5 inches tall, and both of these have incredible details. So nevertheless that they are small in size, the details on them are just completely amazing. Now moving up the line, we have these standard Funko Pops. Now these standard Funko Pops comes in a lot of ranges. There are movies, games, animation, you name it, horror. There are a vast genres of Funko Pops. Now as you can see behind me, you can see a lot of these Funko Pops. These are actually the most common Funko Pop that you may find. Now these Funko Pops have a spring inside their head, so you can actually rotate their head to different angles. I think this one can be rotated the entire 360 degrees, while compared to the smaller Pops that do not have this, and thus you cannot rotate their heads. Now why I say these are standard Funko Pops, because these Funkos come in a standardized box, but the sizes may differ. For instance, this is a smaller Funko compared to this one, but the reason they are called standard is because they come in a standard box, which basically means that the box size is not different for either one of them. Now you can see this one is 2.5 inches, whereas these ones this one is 3.5, but it can go up to 4 inches as well. And they come in various varieties as well. The bigger one, you can also find them in bobblehead versions as well. Now both of these Funko Pops will come into a box something similar to this. You will not find a smaller box for this one, or you will not find a bigger box for this one. So that is why this is called the standard Funko Pop. Now this is where things get a little tricky. Both of these boxes in front of me contain Deluxe Pops. This one is just a normal Deluxe Pop, but this one is a Super Deluxe Pop. Now looking at the boxes, you might think that this one is going to be extremely large, but you might be a bit surprised. So this here is a Deluxe Pop. Now the Deluxe Pops are 6 inches tall, and with me I have Lard from The Simpsons. Now there are other Deluxe Pops that are more complex in design than this one. This is basically simple, but nevertheless it is still very adorable. I love how the eyes are set up like mini Pac-Mans, and the donut, of course, you know how famous he is in The Simpsons. I love this character, which is why I've kept him as one of my personal collections. And there you go, this is one of the Deluxe Funko Pops that are 6 inches tall. Now moving on to the Super Deluxe Pops. Remember the box that I showed you a little while ago? Well, this is the Funko that was inside that box. Now a lot of people will say that the box was gigantic. The Funko if compared, is not that big, but we do know that Funko does put a little casing inside of it just for protection, and that is why maybe the box is big. I do not know if that is the actual reason or if they just wanted to make, you know, it bigger because of the name Super Deluxe, but nevertheless, this is the Super Deluxe Pop. Now, one thing that you might notice is that if I put these side by side, you will see that this one stands taller than the other one, but overall, if you consider the width and everything, the Super Deluxe is actually pretty bigger. And of course, I have a Star Wars one over here. This is from the 2022 Galactic Convention. Pretty cool, pretty awesome. Over here you can see we actually get two different kind of Funko Pops, I would say. So one, we have this over here, and this one is a bobblehead. I was talking about the standard ones that come. So you get a standard one, and also we get the Star Wars spaceship, which is pretty cool. You can look at the designs, the detail and the attention to design on this Funko Pop. The way they have crafted this spaceship is just totally amazing. It blew my mind. So there you go. These are the two Deluxe Pops. This one is the Deluxe Pop and this one is the Super Deluxe Pop. Alright, moving on. Now let's move on to the Jumbo Funko Pops. With me I have this Jumbo 9-inch Funko Pop of Groot, and you can see this is absolutely adorable. I've showed this to a lot of my friends and a lot of folks that come over, and they've got absolutely crazy about it. First of all, Groot is such a lovable character from the Marvel series. Everyone is crazy about him, and the fact that this comes in a 9-inch Funko Pop is just amazing. Just look at the crazy amount of details on this Funko Pop. Now, this 9-inch Funko Pop is also a bobblehead, as you can see, and if you own one of these, you can literally see the spring system inside that shows you how this has been made into a bubble head. Now, one thing that people confuse a lot is that they think that this head is removable. Please, if you are a Funko Pop owner or if you are planning to buy any of these Funko Pop, please know that these heads are not removable. There have been some rumors on TikTok that if you cut the head of these Funko Pops, there is going to be a price of a smaller Funko Pop inside. That is completely not true. I do not recommend anyone trying that. Funko does not do that, and these videos are completely and utterly fake. But leave the side rant aside, this was the Jumbo 9-inch Funko Pop. Now we do have one other Jumbo Funko Pop, which is the Jumbo 10-inch Funko Pop. Now this Funko Pop is Maleficent as a dragon, and this is absolutely gorgeous. I am absolutely in love with this Funko Pop. The details of this is amazing. Also, one thing that I noticed is the paint job on it. You can see these purple elements. I'm not sure if you can tell from the camera or not, but these have a glossy finish to it, which just make it look even prettier in real life. Now this Funko Pop is a 10-inch Funko Pop, Jumbo 10-inch Funko Pop, and if I put it beside this 9-inch Funko Pop, you can see that there isn't that much difference. But what makes this Funko Pop bigger is its horns. So you can see the horns are at a greater height than the Groot Funko Pop overall, which makes this a bigger 10-inch Jumbo Funko Pop. Now these are some of the Funko Pops that I have in my collection, ranging from the smallest to the largest, but this is not the largest Funko Pop in the world. There is a bigger Funko Pop, a larger one than this one, that is 18 inches tall. I'll put a photo over here so it makes it simpler for you to understand. Now those Funko Pops are 18 inches and they are gigantic. I'm not really sure of what they are called. I'll put a name with it if I can find any. And then there is another Funko Pop that is actually bigger than the 18-inch ones, and these ones are basically real life Funko Pops. These are so big that you might not even be able to fit them inside your house. Now you might find these in Comic-Con events or conventions or maybe Funko shops, and these are just absolutely gorgeous Funkos. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Do let us know down in the comments what is your favorite Funko Pop, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.